We don't know all the details yet. I just wanted you to know that first, and I'm sure it'll be one of the lead stories after the terrorist attack tonight over in Britain. Joined right now by the one and only Annie Frey, host of the Annie Frey Show, Saturdays 5 to 7 here on FM News Talk 97.1. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
What a great day.
Crazy news cycle.
No kidding.
It just doesn't stop. It does not relent.
No, it doesn't. Gorsuch, and then this terrorist attack today, and now Nunez, and this crazy situation with the daycare kid over in Illinois.
I have a 4-year-old.
Yes, indeed.
She would have no clue what she... we talk about guns in our house because we believe in the Second Amendment, but we also teach our kids... what to do if they encounter a gun, because just because you think you're safe in your house with guns doesn't mean that if they're ever in anyone else's homes that they're going to be safe there. So you teach them these things. It is a perfect teachable moment. If if the story as it's put out there is accurate, what an important teachable moment to have the opportunity to teach those kids about gun safety, because hey, we have a Second Amendment. It's not like like he brought in a dime bag or something like that, where it'd be like, wait a second, kid, where'd you get this from? And let's talk about it. It was a completely harmless, inanimate object, and you have an opportunity to have a discussion. That's what life is. That's what parenting is.
That's true. Are they still called dime bags?
I don't know. I don't even know
30
what.
years ago they called them dime bags.
I don't even know what drug we're talking about, but I've heard that. Katie Bailey's looking at me like, I've heard of it.
That's funny. No, I agree with you. I agree with you completely. What I'd said earlier was it's what you get with zero tolerance policies, because there's no gray area, right? And that's the way the administrators would like it, because they don't have to make any tough decisions.
Yeah, but if you're going to take care of children, it's all tough decisions.
4 years old.
Yes. When we talk about guns in our house, if the kids see them, I'm always reiterating to them that the gun is held by a person, and the person is what determines whether or not that gun is a good thing or a bad thing. It could be just like, to simplify it, I've had 3 babies. I've been on diets. A piece of cake isn't a bad thing in and of itself. But if I'm trying to lose weight and I got a big piece of cake, maybe it's not the time for the cake. It's the person eating the cake. It's not the cake. So you get to choose these opportunities to have these discussions with children, and all they want to do is learn. They don't automatically think that they want to play with a gun. They don't automatically think they should keep their hands off a gun. You have to teach them. And life has a way of teaching for you if you don't intercede and use opportunities like that. And basically they've completely missed the boat. Well,
they missed the boat a long time ago, because I can remember growing up and going to an uncle's house in Kentucky, and they had animals, and it was a farm, and when you went in, there was a loaded shotgun and a loaded rifle right behind the door to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because if they heard some critter out there in the middle of the night, they grabbed it and they ran. It was ready to go. Mm-hmm. And I remember from the youngest age getting a switch to the legs if I went anywhere near those guns. So you learned one way or the other. And these days, I can remember once when I was down at Channel 4, I used to sort of collect antique weapons, right? Mm-hmm. I had a 1861 Colt Navy, like an old black powder weapon. Not fireable to begin with, but even if it was, you had to pack the powder into it and jam the ball down in it and fire, which you wouldn't want to do because it's so old anyway. And just gotten it. I was real proud of it. I take it into work, and one of my fellow reporters who was down there at the time, female, I'm not going to name names, made it clear to me that she would go to management if I didn't put this thing away because it made her nervous.
She was uncomfortable. Despite
me telling her it couldn't fire if I wanted it to. It's 150 years old. That's not, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, that's what happens with ignorance.
She was raised completely ignorant of weapons, and that's kind of the society that we live in now. And having this 20, my kid at 4 would have wanted to put this on a necklace somehow and wear it around her neck. Yeah. I mean, she would have thought it was cute.
Yep. Anyway, you get to educate. You get to educate your kids. Here's your opportunity.
It's your job.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a village. It takes parents.
Yes.
Who know what the hell's going on. That's kind of what that has. I'm not trying to just talk about Illinois when I have you on the show, so don't think that. We can talk about everything. Earlier this week, I wanted to run a piece, and I kept running out of time because 3 hours is never enough. On the budget difficulties over there, now it looks like the governor's into it with the comptroller, each accusing the other of trying to shut the government down. Is the place just going to go bankrupt at some point? I don't understand how it can go on this long.
Well, it'll go bankrupt right after they bankrupt me.
So they raise your taxes.
If I'm the last dumb resident of Illinois sitting over there across the river who is going to have to pay to bail them out of their mismanagement of all these funds. We have a state workers union, and they want a very nice, handsome contract, and the state says we can't afford it. And so now it's just all political games. I had Representative Avery Bourne on my show last Saturday, and we discussed this, and she's working hard to support Governor Rauner in his efforts to not allow the political gaming to go on, where all of a sudden you're taking money out of the people's pockets where they're earning, going to work, showing up, and doing their job to get paid. Let's stop paying them. So then they all get upset, and then they just point and look at Rauner, the governor, because he's the quote-unquote buck
That's why
stopper.
they're doing it, sure.
Yeah, so it's a political game, just like anything else. We have this going on, and then meanwhile, earlier this week, the legislature, by 6 votes, failed to pass an official state holiday for the president, Obama, which I thought would have been really appropriate for people to stay at home and not work in honor of Barack Obama. That makes a whole lot of sense to me. But yeah, so that conversation alone, we actually are spending time in our legislature right now discussing whether or not we should make President Obama's birthday, August 4th, a holiday statewide. Would have cost, who gets state holidays off? Who's guaranteed? State workers.
Government employees,
yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Do we get every holiday
of
off
course
that
not.
Missouri passes? No. What happens to people who work in retail? They have a sale. So all those state workers are off, and they come shop the sale, and you're still going to work. So yeah, let's go into the legislature and pass a state holiday where we get to tell all the state workers to stay home. It's going to cost the state of Illinois $20 million if they were to pass that. That's ridiculous. We don't have a budget. We haven't had a budget for 16 years, a balanced budget. 16 years without a balanced budget. And this is what we're talking about. And the governor and the comptroller are bickering back and forth because the comptroller says we're not going to pay state workers. It's so crazy.
Maybe they could just make it the Barack Obama holiday for everybody under the age of 26 still living in their parents' basement from the Obama economy. Then it wouldn't really have an impact.
Then it would be the same thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, probably
just
not.
Like it was.
Yeah, not a lot of state workers.
If you're under 26, you can stay home today because you're probably home already.
The chances are not all millennials. There are quite a few.
No, I know. There's some that have moved out of Illinois.
Yeah, Katie
24,
Bailey's
dang
working
it.
hard right now.
Yeah, but Katie Bailey's not from Illinois. I'm just saying this is just for the state of Illinois, right?
I have many friends and family who have countered the narrative, as they say.
I know.
But Illinois makes it so easy to not pay for yourself, support yourself, because there's always money to take out of someone else's pocket to subsidize it.
Well, I don't work for the Chamber of Commerce in the state of Missouri, but we would always welcome you and Jared and your family with open arms if you want to move on over.
In this building. I hear that a lot.
Your tax rate is likely to go down.
Yeah.
And unlikely to rise at an equal rate of Missouri, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And only 6 this Obama holiday was only 6 votes short, so they're talking like they're gonna give it another go. So, I mean, August 4th, I guess I'd be making some vacation plans or something for August 4th, because I'm sure you guys here would all want to celebrate that as well. We'll shut the station down and go do something lazy for a while.
I don't know. Another holiday. If we can talk Emerson into giving us a paid day off, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
They'll probably honor that.
That's it's, the only difference there is that the taxpayers aren't paying us
But
for our day
what a lot
off.
of people don't realize, though, is Emmis is based in Indianapolis. I'm waiting for a Vice
Governor
President Mike Pence holiday, and then we should get that off, right?
Sure.
Because it's our parent company.
Take it.
Perfect. All right. Annie Fry, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday. You can always listen to Annie every Saturday night from 5 to 7 right here on FM News Talk 97.1. Thank you. All right. When we come back, earlier in the week, we talked to some folks, a gentleman who is opposed to a tax increase that's on the ballot down in Crestwood, and we're giving the mayor a little bit of equal time today to come on and explain why the city needs that tax increase. We'll have that up next, plus my friend John Henderson. So here's the deal. Annie's doing something called Annie Get Your Gun, right?
Yes.
So if you fancy yourself a shooter, this weekend you have an opportunity to come out and test your